Imagine standing up to one of the most powerful rulers in history, a king who commands vast armies, holds absolute authority, and even claims to be God. This is the story of Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, and Pharaoh, timeless epic of faith, courage, and the grave dangers of arrogance. Musa was born into an era of extreme tyranny. Pharaoh ruled Egypt with an iron fist, enslaving the Israelites and enforcing a brutal decree to kill their newborn sons, all to maintain his grip on power. Yet Allah's plan was already in motion. He protected the infant Musa, who was placed in a basket and sent down the river Nile, only to be discovered and raised within the very walls of Pharaoh's palace. Despite growing up amidst luxury and privilege, Musa's heart never forgot the suffering of his people. One day, Allah chose Musa as his prophet and revealed his divine mission. He commanded him, "Go to Pharaoh, indeed, he has transgressed, and speak to him with gentle speech. Perhaps he will accept admonition or fear Allah." This powerful moment teaches us a profound lesson about leadership. True leadership is not defined by wealth or status, but is guided by justice, humility, and a divine purpose. It's about speaking truth to power, but with wisdom and gentleness. So, Musa, along with his brother Harun, approached Pharaoh. They didn't come with an army. They came with a clear message: release the Israelites from bondage. But Pharaoh, consumed by his own arrogance and pride, immediately dismissed them. He scoffed at their message and made his infamous claim: "I am your Lord, Most High." He saw Musa not as a messenger of God, but as a threat to his authority. In the face of this overwhelming arrogance, Musa did not resort to insults or threats. He remained calm, relying on reason and the clear signs given to him by Allah. He threw down his staff, and it transformed into a slithering snake. He placed his hand under his arm, and when he drew it out, it shone with a brilliant, white light. These were not mere tricks. They were miraculous signs, undeniable evidence of a power far greater than Pharaoh's. How did Pharaoh respond? With more hubris, he accused Musa of being a mere magician, a charlatan trying to deceive the people. He ignored the clear truth right before his eyes, and instead chose to mock, threaten, and double down on his tyranny. This is a critical lesson for all of us. Arrogance is a veil that blinds people to the truth, no matter how obvious it may be. It hardens the heart and makes it impossible to see beyond one's own ego. The confrontation escalated into a full-blown struggle of power. Pharaoh unleashed every tool at his disposal. He mobilized his armies, flaunted his immense wealth, and used propaganda to turn public opinion against Musa and the believers. He tried to intimidate them into submission, reminding them of his worldly might and their apparent weakness. But Musa's source of strength was not of this world. He consistently reminded his people that true, ultimate power belongs only to Allah. As the Qur'an tells us, "And whoever relies upon Allah, then he is sufficient for him." Think about that. Musa and the Israelites were vastly outnumbered, facing a tyrant who controlled every aspect of their lives. Yet, Musa chose to rely on faith, not fear. He understood that obedience to Allah and moral courage are infinitely more powerful than any army or worldly authority. This is a timeless lesson for our own lives. No matter how towering or intimidating injustice may seem, divine justice will always prevail for those who are patient and righteous. To further prove Allah's omnipotence and give Pharaoh every chance to repent, a series of powerful signs and plagues were sent upon Egypt. Musa's staff became a serpent that swallowed the illusions of Pharaoh's best magicians. The Nile's water turned to blood, a devastating blow to the lifeblood of Egypt. Plagues of locusts, frogs, and lice swarmed the land, causing chaos and suffering. Each miracle was a clear warning, a divine wake-up call. Yet, even in the face of these overwhelming signs, Pharaoh's arrogance was unshakable. His heart grew harder with each plague. He would beg Musa to pray for relief, promising to let the Israelites go, only to break his promise the moment the affliction was lifted. He stubbornly declared, "You are only a magician. You are trying to turn us away from our land and our gods." Musa's unwavering patience in this situation teaches us something vital about calling others to goodness. Guidance often requires repeated warnings, profound wisdom, and incredible persistence. It's a reminder that when confronting deep-seated injustice or corruption, change doesn't happen overnight. True leadership requires the strength to persevere, even when the hearts of others seem completely sealed. Finally, after all the warnings had been ignored, Allah commanded Musa to lead the Israelites out of Egypt under the cover of night. But Pharaoh would not let them go so easily. Consumed by rage, he gathered his entire army and pursued them, cornering them at the edge of the Red Sea. Imagine the scene. An impassable sea before them, and the most powerful army in the world closing in from behind. From a worldly perspective, it was a hopeless situation. Fear gripped the hearts of the Israelites, but Musa's faith did not waver for a second. With complete and total trust in Allah's plan, he received a command: strike the sea with your staff. And in one of the most awe-inspiring moments in history, the sea parted. The water rose up on both sides like towering walls, creating a dry path for the Israelites to cross. They walked through the heart of the sea on dry land, guided by faith towards their freedom. When Pharaoh and his army, blinded by their arrogance, charged into the same path to chase them, the divine command was given again. The waters collapsed, closing in on the tyrant and his soldiers, swallowing them whole. In that final moment, divine justice was delivered. Arrogance, oppression, and tyranny were drowned in the very sea they thought they could conquer. So, what are the lessons for us today, living in a world still filled with its own forms of arrogance and injustice? The story of Musa and Pharaoh is a wellspring of timeless wisdom. First, it teaches us that power without humility is a recipe for disaster. Pharaoh's arrogance was the direct cause of his downfall. He believed his power was absolute, and it blinded him to the truth, leading him and his people to utter destruction. Second, we learn that true courage is faith in action. Musa's unshakable reliance on Allah gave him the strength to face impossible odds. He wasn't fearless. He simply trusted in a power greater than his fear. Third, patience is a critical virtue when confronting injustice. Musa gave Pharaoh chance after chance, warning after warning. It reminds us that our duty is to convey the message with wisdom and perseverance, even if some hearts remain stubbornly closed. And finally, the most powerful lesson of all: divine justice will always, ultimately, surpass worldly power. No ruler, no system, and no army can override the decree of Allah. Musa's success wasn't due to military strategy or political cunning. It came from his obedience, his integrity, and his unwavering commitment to truth. The epic struggle of Prophet Musa against Pharaoh is more than just a historical account. It's a mirror for our own lives. Do you ever feel like you're facing a powerful, unjust system? Do you feel overwhelmed by the arrogance or corruption you see in the world? Remember this story. Remember that faith, patience, and obedience to God will always triumph over pride, oppression, and tyranny. Faith is not measured in times of comfort and ease. It is forged and proven in the face of overwhelming odds, through trust, perseverance, and the courage to stand for what is right, no matter the cost. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections on timeless wisdom.